I'm with Johnson in New York. We're coming on the air right now because the federal judge in the Sean Diddy Combs trial has just denied bail for Combs hours after a split verdict in the racketeering and sex trafficking case against him. On the third day of deliberations, the jury finding Combs not guilty on 3 of 5 counts, acquitting him of the most serious charges of racketeering, conspiracy, and sex trafficking. Combs guilty on 2 counts of transportation to engage in prostitution. Each count carries a maximum of up to 10 years behind bars. The verdict considered a huge win for Combs, who is facing the possibility of life in prison. He's been behind bars since his arrest in September.
YouTube, what's going on, man? My voice sounds a little crazy because I be yelling sometimes. So when you're yelling, you lose your voice. With me, if I yell a lot, my voice be tapped out. And I can feel it coming on last night, cause I could like a little cough. I was thinking like I'm getting a cold, but it was just how I was sitting on my couch. You know what I'm saying? And I was yelling a lot. My voice is kind of out of there. But y'all don't want to hear that. I'm on here to talk about that boy P. Diddy, Puff Daddy. You know what I'm saying? That boy was found guilty on 2 charges. They said it carried 10 years. You know what I'm saying? It was transporting, I guess for prostitution. You know what I'm saying? And they charged them with it on the Jane Doe, which we know, 50 Cent's baby mama. And the other one was on Cassie, which is not too bad, man. That dude beat the big boy charges, you know what I'm saying, that would have gave him life in prison. He beat the RICO and he beat the trafficking charges, you know what I'm saying? And that he would have spent probably the rest of his life in prison if he would have got hit with them charges. So really, it's a win. Puff Daddy really won, you know what I'm saying? Regardless of how you look at it, man, if they give Puff Daddy 10 years, he won. Really, you know, I ain't gonna even lie. He's not getting no 10 years, because the 10 years is the maximum of the sentence, you know what I'm saying? But he's gonna do something. I figure he might they might give him a light 3 years. He done already did what? I don't know how long he done did, you know what I'm saying? But he done already did a lot of time. Most likely he gonna get time served, or he might get a little probation. And then that's the end of it. And then Puff Daddy gonna go on with his life. And they're gonna be like, take that, take that. So really, the winner in the situation, everybody was saying was Cassie, but really the winner in the situation is gonna be Puff Daddy. Because whatever little bit of time he gotta do, he's gonna be free in a minute. And he gonna still have all this money, and he gonna still be Puff Daddy. And I wanna see if all these dudes still gonna mess with Puff Daddy. All these dudes gonna pop back up. All these dudes that ditched him when he was going through what he was going through. The whole time when I looked at the situation, I just thought he was a freaky individual. He did a lot of things, suspicious things, with rubbing stuff on his nipples and stuff like that. Wild things. He was more of a, to me, man, it was more of a, what they call it, a cuck. I don't even know how to say that. I just learned that meaning a minute ago. But that was more like, I think Puff Daddy was just a kinky guy that he was like, hey, I want to do a freak off. I don't want to be a part of the freak off. I just want to sit up here and watch you freak out with this guy. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to sit back in the corner and chill out, which is some wild stuff, because I'm not participating in none of that. But everybody have watched a porno. When you watching a porno, a lot of times, you watching a guy messing with a woman. But you know, when guys are so macho man, you heard a lot of these guys say, no, I watch woman on woman. Cap. When we was coming up, you could hardly get your hands on a porno. So now, we know what you was watching, buddy. Get off that, you know what I'm saying? So basically, that's what he was doing. Which is weird if that was his woman, because at a time, he was with Cassie, but probably he wasn't really with Cassie. He was just kind of in the situation, I think, with Cassie. I think she was more benefiting off Puff Daddy. And I think she was with what she was with because she was benefiting. You know what I'm saying? She was getting this money being with this guy. Like even in a statement when she said, leave Puff Daddy for what? Who I'm going to get? Jay-Z has already took it. When you make a statement like that, that means it's like you saying you can't take a step down. Like Puff Daddy is the level you want to stay at. So that don't sound like you was being kidnapped and being forced to do something you don't want to do. It seemed like this guy presented you with a situation. If you look at it just like a Hugh Hefner. Hugh Hefner fly these women in. These women be, a lot of times, young women. He fly them in. He give them an opportunity. He give them $1 million to be in his Playboy magazine, which is really game. He's just doing that to coat the women. That's what I think a lot of times. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times he bring the girl in. They end up being a Playboy bunny. And then next thing you know, he's marrying them or he's with the women. So basically, he just having like a freak off. Like, but every time you look at it from that point of view, it's legal. What Puff Daddy was doing was illegal. They didn't prove that he really firebombed the dude's car. It's like they didn't really have no evidence. So a lot of times, like during this whole process, they was dragging us along, really without even no good reason. Like when they was doing the trial, I wanted to see the evidence. I'm like, what are they talking about? Day after day, not no good evidence. I'm like, that's not good evidence. That's what you got. The next day, that's not good evidence. That's all you got. The next day, that ain't no good evidence. The whole thing was about Cassie testimony, getting up on the stand, saying what happened, and it was basically about the hotel video. Basically, if you really want to talk about it, the whole thing boils down to Cassie getting assaulted on that video, which, like I said before, you don't want to put your hands on no women. But I watched the dude break that down with, you see how Puff Daddy come out the room with nothing in his hand. When he stepped back by the mirror, he has a phone in his hand. When you see Cassie coming down the hallway, she has a phone in her hand. Like the bodyguard said, one of the guys said, Cassie took Puff Daddy's phone, took off running out the room. He went, chased her down, got his phone back, gave her some blah, 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 which is wrong. I don't agree with. That's what Puff Daddy was wrong. If you would have charged them with assault on Cassie, domestic violence, I would have been all for it. But they made a lot of trumped up charges. So just because they couldn't do nothing to him about the Cassie situation and incident, it seemed like the case was built on Puff Daddy assaulting Cassie. It's past the statute of limitations. They can't do nothing about it. So now they want to come back and then try to get him another way. So they brought up all these trumped up charges about transporting prostitution, racketeering, running a criminal organization. Man, Puff Daddy ain't running no criminal organization. We know, we all sit up here and we got eyes, and we know how Puff Daddy made his money. This dude done got Ciroc. This dude right at one time had Sean John clothing that was popular, Bad Boy Records. Like, don't act like he didn't do nothing to make that money. You acting like he just ran a criminal organization and just made money just doing criminal things, when he made all his money doing that. And then the dude just got a freaky nature. He was getting escorts, getting them out there. You know what you're gonna get when you get an escort. People be making this bull crap to my, you can get an escort, but you can't pay them or you can't mess around with them. So just say, for instance, if I bring if I see a female and I see her online, she seems pretty cool, I want to fly her out. We mess around, then I give her a little something to get back home. Am I doing the same thing? Like, that's what we really doing. Like, we charging guys and sending guys to prison the rest of their life for doing something like that. Like this old trumped up man act that they used against the boxer Jack Johnson, because they was mad that he was doing an interracial thing and they couldn't get him for nothing else. So they tried to get him for that because he was dating a white woman. That's basically what it's about. Like, my whole thing is, if you got some real evidence, send the guy to prison. Like, he done did something messed up, I'm all with the law. I'm all with all that. Like, if you do something messed up, hey, you got to pay your costs. Don't do the crime if you can't do the time. But don't try to make up some trumped up charges to try to take another mogul down. And I see people on the comment, I hate when I see people on the comment talking about all this Stockholm Syndrome and Cassie, we feel for you. Dog, y'all need to feel for yourself. Because Cassie walked away with $30 million. You think Cassie tripping? Puff Daddy hired a trainer to train him and her. Next thing you know, Cassie messing with the trainer. Like, she got a history of doing stuff like that. She was messing with Ryan Leslie at first. He was producing her. She ain't got no talent. He about to make her hot. Puff Daddy came through. She seen an opportunity. She jumped over here with Puff Daddy. And then she jumped over here to Kid Cudi. And then she was talking to Michael B. Jordan. Stop trying to paint her like she a saint. And that's the problem about it. Because a lot of women would talk on it like, oh, stop playing the victim. I don't seem like she was the victim. It seemed like she was enjoying a certain kind of lifestyle. She was full of drugs, and she was dating a real famous, popular guy that she ain't just gonna walk around the corner anywhere and really meet. You ain't gonna go too many places and meet a Puff Daddy that got $1 billion and known around the world for being Puff Daddy, P. Diddy, whatever you want to call it. So that's what it was, and that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? And I hate for people to sit up here and act like this man should go to jail for the rest of his life. When you got all these people around enjoying, having a good time, having freak outs, doing drugs, and at the end of the day, you just gonna send Puff Daddy to jail. And I'm happy he got free, because I just think he was a freak. When all the evidence I seen, I wouldn't, if I was a jury, I would have said not guilty on all charges, because I don't see what he did wrong. You know what I'm saying? Them trumped up charges. Like if he was really running a criminal organization, man, y'all tripping, man. This man ain't running no criminal organization. Y'all look like some suckers. And then y'all look weak because you end up losing. So you look super weak, you know what I'm saying? Tell you the truth. But Puff Daddy, he probably gonna do, like I said, he might do a time served. He might get some probation. He might get 3 years. But guess what? He's not gonna spend the rest of his life in jail. And wherever he sit at in jail, he gonna have a luxury jail stay, because he got a whole lot of money, a whole lot of protection. He can get whatever he want to get. And he gonna sit there and kick his feet up when he get out and say, guess what? I still won. And guess what? I see a lot of people on the comments talking about, oh, justice for Tupac. Man, get out of here with that, man. Puff Daddy ain't had nothing to do with that Tupac thing. He probably was scared, and he was probably trying to put something out there, trying to get the guys to do something. And you know, like they said, when he was in California, he was a little spook how Suge Knight was running around. But I don't think he really had nothing to do with that. We know the story on that. Orlando Anderson did that, and we know what he did that for. So let the legend rest, and stop trying to throw these trumped up charges on these guys and keep trying to bring all these moguls down. Because if we keep bringing moguls down, or you keep just bringing people down, just imagine women that's hopping in all these comments talking this crap. I bet if you flip it around, if it was your son in the situation and you know he didn't do nothing, I wonder how you would feel about that then. Would you be on about all them comments and all this talking about you should go to jail? You wouldn't feel like that. A lot of times, a lot of you women would be like, my son is innocent. Let my son have his day in court. So don't get on her and talk about somebody else's son, because Puff Daddy got a mama too that was coming to court every day. So think about that. Yeah, is he a tripped out guy? I bet y'all know a lot of people right now, they got a toxic relationship where y'all probably have to break your home girl or your homeboy up fighting with his girlfriend. All y'all done been through that. Do I think it's right? I don't think it's right, man. I don't think it's right. But man, we can't sit up here and be a hypocrite. Because we good at being a hypocrite, you know what I'm saying? I just think this guy was a freak. I think if you put a lot of women in them situations of what Puff Daddy was presenting Cassie with, they would have did the same thing. They want to sit on here and be a hypocrite, say what they won't do when they messing with they over here messing with a guy that work at Kenny's shoes, you know what I'm saying? And they ain't getting no bread. So they sitting over here talking about what they won't do. She was a young chick. She wanted the fame. She couldn't sing. Puff Daddy made her popular, and that's how it is. And that's how it is. And she went on with her life. She had a bunch of kids. She got a husband. Funds started running low. She had a lick. She took her lick. She got her 30 mil. She going on with her life. Her husband gonna look at her funny. She better hope she got a prenup, because I think he gonna divorce her and get some of that money. And then at the end of the day, Puff Daddy gonna win. And he gonna say, take that, take that, take that. And that's what it is. And that's my opinion. What's your opinion? You might feel something different. I might look a little sweaty because I just came from the gym, but guess what? While you at home watching a video, I'm in the gym getting my paper. Bam! Like, comment, subscribe on my video. I am out. How y'all feel about the Puff Daddy trial? Hey, write it in the comments. I'm out.